Hey, what's up guys? My name's Nicky and today we got some Back to Karkland DLC from Battlefield 3 gameplay, and all the maps you're going to be seeing are Strike a Karkland Team Deathmatch. I was wondering if you guys like full gameplays or clips better, but full gameplays might be a little too slow paced for some people, so I just put a bunch of awesome clips together. The first set of clips you're going to be seeing from me are MAV clips of me running people over, and if you don't play Battlefield 3, take my word for it, that this is definitely not easy to do. You're trying to run a little piece of flying plastic into people and kill them. That is not easy at all. The controls are kind of hard to use, going up and down is hard. And this thing was really meant for recon, for showing your team where everyone else is. But I decided to do this and it's hilarious and I had a lot of fun doing it. So after that we got the M416. We have the FAMAS, which was a new gun added in the map pack. We have some explosive goodness somewhere in there, and we have the M40A5 at the end, the sniper rifle. Anyway, let's talk about the map pack first. It's not really a map pack actually, because they added new guns, assignments, maps, vehicles, and dog tags. The new guns, the only one which I got was the FAMAS, and I'll talk about that. The FAMAS's iron sights, the default ones, are pretty bad. In fact, I'll put it up on the screen now. Don't worry, I'll take it off, just so your eyes don't start bleeding or anything. But the default iron sights on the FAMAS are not usable at all, and it comes with a ballistic scope, a 12 times zoom scope, which is way too much, and then it just goes all crazy. And it's much better with the red dot or holographic sight, which you'll see me use momentarily. But they added new guns, which was huge. Very few first-person shooters have guns added in their map packs. Well, very few that I play at least. Also assignments. So assignments are pretty much just challenges you do to get those guns. They're not too difficult, although some of them are kind of weird. One's like take a blowtorch to a guy's head and kill him or something like that, which is pretty strange and probably not easy. I haven't attempted it yet. But overall, the assignments are cool ways to unlock the guns instead of just giving them all to you in the map pack. Kind of gives you something to work towards. Next up in the map pack are obviously the new maps. Now, I was watching a Battlefield 2 versus Battlefield 3 map comparison because they have the same maps in this map pack. And I didn't play very much Battlefield 2. I played it at a friend's house every now and then, not really enough to get to know the maps. But the Battlefield 3 maps look way different than the Battlefield 2 maps. They're the same map, same design and everything, but with, DICE's new Frostbite engine, they look absolutely beautiful, way more detailed, and I really like when game companies do that, like how Treyarch did Hazard from World at War, which was Cliffside. They redid the map, different concept, golf course versus Cliffside, I guess. It looks way different, but it plays the same, different guns, and you start to get this nostalgia feeling, but it's a different looking map, and it's more pleasing to the eye, and I can definitely tell that developers put more effort into remastering their maps and making it look different rather than copying and pasting the same map just back there again. I really appreciate how DICE redid all these maps in the new Frostbite 2 engine. Next up is vehicles, and I don't really drive vehicles. I'm pretty bad at driving jets and tanks and jeeps I'm not really too hot at. So I don't really play with vehicles a lot, but the fact that they added new vehicles just shows how much more work they are putting into this map pack. Also dog tags, just an added bonus, frosting on the cake. I like dog tags. Instead of just talking about Battlefield 3 the whole time, I wanted to sort of go into downloadables in general, and I wanted to talk about again, I mentioned before that games aren't always release done, and that needs to stop happening. Developers are really taking advantage of patches to make their games complete after release date. Game needs to be done out of the box. I know a lot of casual gamers don't care about this, but this is really becoming a problem to gamers who actually pay attention to things. Patches are supposed to fix minor glitches. Let's say that your leg pokes through a wall on this map if you lay down in this exact position and you're using this specific gun. That is a minor glitch and it's probably not game breaking, so let's put a patch out for that. But things like, let's take Black Ops for example. Black Ops on release date was way different than Black Ops at 10 months later, and it was good that they added more things. They did add the competition playlist, and they did all sorts of different things to make the game more enjoyable. They added more things, but also they spent patches actually completing the game while it was released, and games need to be complete when they are available on the shelves. And the thing about Christmas or the holidays, and in case you're living under a rock, a lot of games are released in November, and I think that's kind of unnecessary because game developers want games to be released in November so people can buy them to give to people during Christmas, and that's not good. We don't need all these games cramming up in 1 month for all of us to just scramble and buy and play halfway through this one and go to another one. That's a little bit of a headache, but mostly because you're releasing these games in November, whether they're done or not, and that's just not acceptable. So pretty much patches should be fix glitches and everything like that, not re-ramp the entire game. But as far as Battlefield 3 goes, they did a really good job finishing this game on time. They even pushed up the release date, I believe, to come out before Modern Warfare 3. They did a good job releasing an actually complete game. Same thing with Uncharted 3 and Assassin's Creed Revelations. I haven't played the multiplayer for Revelations very much, but those games are done out of the box, they're good to play, and that's how it should be. Other downloadable things I wanted to talk about, map packs. Now the thing with map packs is you can choose whether or not you want to buy them, but when they give out map packs for free as sort of a compliment, like, thanks for having a lot of faith in our game and pre-ordering it, here's a free map pack, that's awesome. That's a really cool treat that game developers give people, and I really appreciate it. And I like how it's not just like, here's a free map pack, but it's as good as how much you pay for it, which is nothing. They did an absolutely excellent job with this map pack, and that's how they should be. If you have to pay for something, you should get your money's worth, I guess. Only sounds fair to me. And I guess if you don't like it, you can choose not to buy it, but again, if you're like a hardcore gamer like me, you're going to kind of have to buy it, or you're going to be left out from the conversation of talking about it. But map packs are awesome because you can choose whether or not you want to buy them. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was I was watching the IGAs last night, and I was actually on the IGAs in the Twitter feed on the top part of the screen. I'll put it up on the screen now because it's kind of cool. I pretty much said that Catherine would win most original game of the year, but it didn't, and that kind of makes me sad, but whatever. So during the IGAs, they were talking about how downloadable games are the games of the future, and eventually they're going to be getting rid of CD games and maybe even cartridge games. Do they even have those anymore? But anyway, I don't think that's true though, because GameStop's going to go out of business, wherever else you buy games is going to go out of business, and this map pack took me 2 hours to download and took something like 2 gigabytes. And we're going to need some huge hard drives to do stuff like that. So I don't think downloadable games will be like encompass all games. We're not going to have CDs anymore. I think we will still have CDs, but downloadable games will really become a platform for indie games, for people who don't really have publishers. Downloadable games will be their way of getting out there. But some downloadable games, like Minecraft, for example, or Geometry Wars, those are games that can really capture you for a really long time. And I really appreciate those indie developers who do that on a low budget, and maybe they don't even have a studio. Like they said at the IGAs. The IGAs, by the way, if you didn't know, are the Inside Gaming Awards, run by Machinima, which happens every year, I believe. But yeah, downloadable games, I think that there'll be more of them in the future, but they're not going to take over the world. But that's all I have to talk about today on downloadable stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the Battlefield 3 gameplay. If you did, leave a comment and a like and whatnot. Tell me if you'd like to see clips or entire full-length gameplays, which I have a few of, but I haven't put them up. Anyway, I'll see you later.